let's make a start. My name is unimportant, but that aside, I'm very honoured to be Feroze's publisher, or one of his publishers. He's highly sought after, and I've had the pleasure of knowing him for quite some years as well. So, and we've been on an incredible publishing journey together, which I'm sure we'll touch on very shortly. So, the journey that we've been on with Feroze has been one of the most exciting and rewarding that I've had with any author, and it's one of those things you couldn't make it up. And although with Feroze's great skill at writing, I'm sure he would do a far better job than I would. But I think the moment has come where we need to invite him to join us and to bring him on stage. And there he is in glorious Technicolor.
Reporting for duty.
Absolutely. Welcome. Let's give Feroze a little round of applause.
Not yet. The pressure's too much.
Yeah, I mean, you should be applauded for just breathing, but there's a lot more to applaud you for as we go through this evening.
Thank you, Chris, for your introduction.
Great, such as it was. And as we're sitting here, people are still coming in. So I'm quite sure we've got quite a few countries now represented. Back onto Feroze. There you go. So, do you want to start by greeting the people who have given up a really important day of the week to come here and celebrate with you?
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. It's actually wonderful to see such beautiful people in one place. It's just unbelievable. So, welcome, and thank you for being beautiful, and thank you for being here. But before Chris takes off and asks me difficult questions, I'd like to share a story with you all, if I may.
Absolutely.
So a few days ago, I was giving a talk on my books, and there's quite a few people in the audience, and I was there clutching my 3 books, standing there, and as I was beginning to talk, somebody put his hand up and said, "Oh, Feroze, haven't seen you for 15 years." I said, "My goodness." I recognized who he was suddenly. And he said, "Last time I saw you, you had dark hair." But now here you are, with white hair, writing these spiritual books. Shall I call you Guru Dada? So I paused for a while. I mean, I like the idea. But I said to him, I think I was quite quick. I said to him, "Not until I have a white beard." So really the metaphor for this is this, that I don't have a white beard. I'm not a guru. I'm a student, and on the spiritual path, and the purpose of sharing these teachings with you is not because I know them all or I can practice them all and that I'm infallible in any way or shape or form. I am a student. I'm only sharing with you what I have learned from my amazing teachers. So with that spirit, we'll have the conversations. I hope you like the story.
Great. Okay. I'll be sitting comfortably. Then we'll begin. In the words of Daphne Oxenford. So Feroze, the story that captivated me the most is the story of the universe working despite us. And I remember you wrote about this obviously, traveling across Lake Inch, and the rain and wind and everything billowing up around you, and knowing the size of the lake and the smallness of the boat, that must have been a challenging moment.
Yes, I think it is a great introduction to my spiritual path, or my new life, if you like. To For those who don't know, yes, and on this lake we found many hundreds of orphan and abandoned children, and there's something extraordinary about these children. They were all incredibly poor, didn't have very much by way of food or clothes or whatever, yet they were the happiest of the happiest children I've met in my life.
Wow.
My observation was this, that, and I found out as we began to establish a relationship with the monastery, that these children were practicing meditation from year one.
Wow.
As soon as they were up and about, they were practicing meditation, and that kept them calm, connected, and actually very joyful and happy. So that was really the observation and my introduction to Buddhist meditation, Chris. So I know you're looking at people coming in.
Yeah.
What I can talk and say about this book, though, is this is a book about the story of Lily. And Lily is encountering probably one of the most difficult things that a human being can encounter, which is the loss of her child. Right? And in this story, she is then guided by a spirit guide, you can call it whatever you like, who takes Lily on a journey of change, of realization, of awakening, in such a way that she begins to understand what human life is about, from a tragedy into happiness, through this world of opposites. So this story really is a metaphor for the transformation of a human being.
Yeah.
Our journey on the spirit path is a journey of transformation, changing ourselves. And I give the example of a caterpillar entering a cocoon, making that journey, the unknown journey, and then coming out at the other side of the cocoon as a beautiful butterfly. So this is the spiritual path. The spiritual path is about transformation of yourself as a human being. It's not really about visions and colors. I mean, yes, those two are experiences, but it really is about yourself. It's transforming yourself from a human being into a human being who can fly, like a butterfly. I think Rumi said, we have given you wings. Why do you crawl through life? The potential of a human being is so immense, and it is our duty to fulfill our potential. And this is what the story is about.
Yeah. And you discovered, when you arrived in the monastery, somebody who's become a spiritual guide and mentor for you. So do tell us about him.
Yes, I think I had a spiritual teacher, a master, But that happened really just before I left for Myanmar. But I had other great teachers, like the monk at the monastery. I mean, he taught me Buddhist meditation. He taught me about karma, about Buddhism, about life. And then I also met a great lady at our Sylvan Healing Sanctuary. Of course, Cheryl is great too, I can see that. But my best friend and mentor was Miss Fountain. She was an amazing lady. She taught me a lot. So I've had the pleasure of and the great privilege of having great teachers. Mm-hmm. And this is really the culmination of all their teachings.
Yeah, yeah. And we've got a lot to say about the new book, but not everybody will have been aware of your journey, which Myanmar and the monastery there were an important milestone in that. But prior to that, you were already exploring and learning and being a student of things spiritual.
Well, I'm still learning. I'm still a student. So every day is a learning. Mm-hmm. What I'd like to ask you to ask me is this, Chris. That how does one change? How does this transformation take place?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm transformed. I'm saying, what is this thing?
Yeah.
What are the routes to transformation? What are the sort of things one needs to look out for?
In your journey, what was the first milestone that you can recall that started to point you in that direction?
I think that the first, my teacher, who's my ustad or my spiritual master, he put it this way: that look, the first thing you need to do is to look and know thyself, as it says on the Apollo 10. Begin to understand who you are. Look, observe your thinking, observe the way you behave, observe your good points and increase them. Work on them. If you're mean, be generous. If you are unkind, try and watch your language or watch your behavior.
Yeah.
To reduce your bad points and to increase your good points. In other words, work, first of all, to becoming a better human being. It's a physical thing.
Yeah, sure.
That's almost a prerequisite. And that effort has to continue all the time. That's constant.
Yeah.
Then comes the process, in my experience, of finding wisdom. Why do we find wisdom? Why do we need to find wisdom? We need to find wisdom to see if we can fulfill the potential of our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you begin to practice meditation, there are the two types of meditation which I benefited from. One I call meditation of the mind, and then a meditation of the heart. Mm-hmm. Okay. The meditation mind is about fine-tuning your senses, your touch and smell and taste, and making and enabling you to be aware, first of all. Awareness is just the beginning. Once you become aware of what is happening to you, what is happening around you, then you begin to notice things. You see more than the eye can see.
Yeah.
You see beyond what is normal.
Yeah.
You're awake. You're in the moment. Mm-hmm. You're calm. You're peaceful. And your mind is alert. You begin to observe and see things much clearer.
Yeah.
That's the beginning. Then there is the meditation of the heart. Now, according to Sufi tradition, the heart is also an organ which has its own emotions, its own facilities, if you like, or faculties. And in my experience, closing the mind and opening the heart, as it were,
Yeah.
Allows you to be more intuitive, more perceptive, and much more creative.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you do is you're not restricting your thinking, and thinking is a contradiction in terms, but you're not restricting your mind to your thinking to your mind. You're opening your mind, or you're closing your mind in a sense, and opening your heart.
Yeah.
To receive, and some might say it's higher consciousness, the energy that is around you, the knowledge that exists in the universe, whatever this is, you're able to access that without the filter of the brain and the mind continuously restricting this thinking.
Yeah.
So as you begin to open your heart, you are more intuitive, you're much more creative, you're much more perceptive. And there begins this beautiful journey, because everything then has meaning. Everything has meaning. And as in the story, and the story is really about navigating through both the wisdom of happiness, peace, and love and enjoyment, but also the importance of suffering, hurt, pain. All those things have meaning. Once you know or believe that everything has a meaning, then you stop really being hurt as much. I'm not saying you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the process of opening up to the universe.
Yeah. We live in such a noisy universe, and it's been made worse in recent years with the smartphones that we have. We're always connected. Our greatest fear is not dying or public speaking; it's fear of missing out. And so we're drawn to these devices. We're drawn to noise, and it cannot be easy to have the discipline to find the mental space and the quietness to connect to this journey.
Yes, I think, Chris, you used the word fear.
Yeah.
This is so important. This word fear is an obstacle to fulfilling your life. Because fear means that you're only, in a sense, looking at the negative side. Yeah. You're not looking at things objectively. You're not even saying, okay, I can take a risk. But I don't mean a reckless risk. Risk is also can be minimized by preparation. You don't run a marathon without training. You have to be prepared. But unless you put yourself, take a risk, overcome your fear, you're not going to break any boundaries. If you don't break any boundaries, you're not going to be fulfilled. I can see Mr. Pavel, my great scientist friend, nodding. We have amongst us a great scientist,
We are looking forward to hearing his wise words shortly.
So, Chris, really, the process begins with awareness. Awareness, then awakening, then the transformation of knowledge through experience into wisdom, really. And then from wisdom into the energy of the universe, the higher consciousness. These are the sort of steps that take you, the steps of transformation. They continue all the time, of course. And you can stumble and fall and need to get up all the time.
This is such a beautiful book, and I spend all my waking hours publishing books from all shapes and sizes. But this one stopped me in my tracks, and some books demand to be read, and I found that was the case with this one, and the story flowed so well, so clearly, so logically, that I was really drawn into it. So I must congratulate you on an incredible piece of work.
Thank you. But that's very kind, and let's sell a lot of books because all the author income goes to charity, and that's great. Now, I'd like to actually talk a little bit about meditation, Chris, since you asked.
Great.
And there's a very beautiful new meditation. I want to describe to you the sort of context of the book. The context of the book is a story, a fictional story, of transformation, of navigating through life, through the struggles of life, and the wisdom in everything that exists. That is and there's a beautiful ending, by the way. Really amazing. So that's great. But there are also meditations in there. And there's one specific meditation which is really, I wouldn't say my meditation, but it's sort of mixture of putting together a meditation of the mind and the heart.
Yeah.
And that's the peace between breath meditation. It's a wonderful meditation, and I don't know whether we will have the time, but I wouldn't mind just
I think
people say yes.
Yeah, it's important. It's important that we do have the time, because to be guided in this meditation by you is, I think, really important.
So what we're not going to do is sit for meditation. I would just take you through the steps in this meditation rather than the time. So if you're happy, please put your hand up, and then I'll do it. If not, I'll just shut up. Yeah? Okay. Well, look, good, I'm glad. So, look, can I ask you to take a deep breath? Take a deep breath. Hold your breath. Right at the top, hold your breath. Let go. Just relax and be present in the moment. Observe your body, your face, your mouth, your neck. Just put them in a relaxed state. Your chest, your stomach, your hands. Just scan your body, urging it, cajoling it gently to relax. Feel the earth beneath your feet if you're sitting with your legs down, or your feet. Bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the breath coming in and breath going out. Just feel the gentle caress of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out, just the gentleness. If your mind distracts you, accept that distraction. Whatever it is, accept it and then come back to your breath gently, being kind to yourself, being kind to your breath, being kind to your mind. Breathing in and breathing out, just be aware of your breath. As you take your next breath, just find that little gap between your in-breath and your out-breath. Still keeping your breath normal. And as you breathe in, there's a slight gap. Try and be aware of that breath, that space between the breath. And then there's a beautiful quote from Sister Miriam, our spirit guide in the book, and she says, "In your breath I will find you. In your prayer I will answer you. In your devotion I will accompany you." This is what she's saying to Lily, she's giving Lily comfort, breathing in and breathing out. Go see if you can find the moment between the two breaths, still keeping your breath normal. Just see if you can observe that nothingness. Now bring your breath to your heart, gently to your heart. Feel the breath coming into your heart and the breath going out of your heart. Feel your heart expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Feel that space between your breath. See if you can find yourself in there. Again, there's a beautiful message from Sister Miriam, and she says, "You have traveled to your heart from your mind. There lies peace, love. There you will find answers to anything you need to know. Wisdom, clarity, divinity. It all comes from that place." Keep breathing in, breathing out. Feel the glow that this breath is creating, like the sun. Feel it rising throughout your body, from your heart, your stomach, to your legs, to your chest, to your face, like the glow of the sun. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bring your breath back to your nose, the tip of your nose. Feel the breath caress your nostrils in and out. So a few more breaths and then we'll make our way back to the room. Come back gently to the room. Come back. Give gratitude for the gift of our life. It is a precious gift and we squander it. It's a precious gift of life. Only we could see the wisdom in everything. Open your eyes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.